So we're back on after dealing with our technical difficulties. We try to be punctual and try to keep things prompt and be on time. So what I want to first say is, for those of you that are going to be joining us, thank you first of all for joining us, and do us a favor, definitely share this with your network, share this with your feeds, and let us know if you can hear us okay. That's one thing. We're mic'd up, so we hope.
Okay, Kaylee Miller, Jennifer, can you guys hear us? We're mic'd up. Hopefully we have the right ones. Can you guys hear us? Give us a thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, we really appreciate you guys tuning in today. We felt, I'm very thankful that you invited me out.
Absolutely.
You know, we really want to bring value to the community. I know that Glenn Glasper, I've been following him ever since about a year and a half ago when I left the convention and I was exiting this real estate convention out in Gwinnett, and he comes out with his card, this cool card. And to this day, I still have it, but I never did anything with it until I started getting into real estate. And guess what? But the funny part is, when they would say, hey, you want to start building your buyers list? You want to start building your buyers list? When I first got, over to House Jerk. And the craziest part is that I would pick up the card, I'm shaking, like, no, I'll call him tomorrow. I'm going to call him tomorrow. Because I was, hey, well, what do you buy? What are you looking for? But I didn't know, because I was just learning. And it's crazy how far along we've come.
Definitely.
How your marketing, even from back then, I didn't even know who you were. I'm like, this is pretty cool. And I go into your website and I see your video. I'm like, hang on. So that is cool, man. It's about marketing and really trying to learn and get educated, something that I've been doing a lot lately and really self-teaching, but I do follow a lot of your stuff and I love it, and I appreciate you having me here today.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's definitely, I appreciate you being here. I want to make sure, I don't think we had any issues with, we have to get up a little closer.
Ramon, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, dude?
What's up?
This is
perfect.
This is a platform that I created so that we could bring some exposure to some of the things that we do and some of the people in our market, and our market is Atlanta. For those of you that are joining us that are in different markets, we're here in the Metro Atlanta area. We do quite a bit here. Let me give you a little bit of brand recognition about who Jabri Buys Houses and RealLife Real Estate Investing is. Jabri Buys Houses is basically a real estate investment company, and we buy and sell houses. That's basically what we do. We buy them, fix them up, and sell them. We buy them and hold them. And we always looking to partner with different people in the market or out of the market that are doing some similar things to what we're doing. RealLife Real Estate Investing was born out of seeing a lot of people get started and not really have direction other than HGTV.
And I see that happen, with a lot of people. And I was one of those people. I didn't even know where to start, and then I started aligning myself. But yeah, you're right. You're right. There's a need for that.
So I thought it was important for people to get some exposure to what really goes on in real estate investing. And we're going to be doing some videos and things where we go in the field and show you guys some actual real estate, some actual rehabs going on, some actual fix and flips and things like that. The entire process. Not just the 30-minute or hour process that you see, so we wanted to be able to create a platform to give you some extensive knowledge and information about what really happens in this business.
Absolutely.
And I decided that this was going to be a platform that we did that from, and we wanted to be able to get in front of you guys, but bring some people that either are experts, either are intermediate, or either are beginners. We wanted to bring the full gamut of real estate investing to people around the country.
Right.
And if there's anybody out of the country watching, you as well.
Absolutely.
So that's what this platform was about. And, we've had a few guests on, and this is actually our third live. So stay tuned, continue to watch. But
I feel honored.
Man,
I'm in the number 3. And I'm not even as rock star as you are.
Hey, well, listen,
I'm very thankful.
You make the top 5.
Thank you.
So we're definitely going to just introduce our guest, Mr. Andy Arietta.
Yes.
And I've actually watched you from afar. And we took a picture together at one of the real estate events.
Right.
And I think it was Errol that posted and said, Mr. Dollar out of a dime meets the master of marketing.
And can you believe something? That's crazy. Can you believe that I've been trying to fight with this for the last 10 minutes and I can't get on my live?
Are you serious?
I promise you. It's just saying something about a camera. And it's funny that you say that because of the marketing. And I had it perfect, and it's just not letting me go live. So no big deal. We'll just keep running through.
The master of marketing can't go live?
It can. It's not letting me, And,
oh, okay. Well, that's what happens. I mean, technical difficulty, you know,
right.
but that's a part of what we experience, not just going live, but in those situations where we're doing a deal, and we get to the table, we're expecting it to stay live, and it dies.
And it dies, yes.
So those are some of the things that we're going to be covering on this program, and I just want to dive right into it and just talk about some of your experiences. First of all, tell us, how long have you been in real estate?
So I've been in real estate for over 8 months or so. Okay. I started in October, and I took the leap of faith. I always knew that I wanted to really do something real estate. I just didn't know how. I had bought and rented a house a long time ago. I got rid of it, okay, but that wasn't really investing. I mean, I just did one house, okay, whatever. But I just seeing the potential out there, and then there's other people out there that I follow, and they're into real estate, and they say that most of the wealth that has been created from these millionaires has come, at least 80% has come from real estate. So if I'm going to study something, because I'm all about learning and educating, and I encourage everybody, if you're going to learn, I'm going to learn real estate.
That's right.
I took flat out in October. I knew zero real estate, and ever since then it's been a great journey. It's been a lot of learning, a lot of self-teaching, a lot of mentorship. I've learned so much in so little. I mean, how many months? From October to now, maybe 8 months. I flipped a couple deals. I really want to start working on my rehabs. So I'm getting prepared to that. So we're gonna talk about that after.
Absolutely. Well, I'll say, listen, everybody's mileage will vary in various ventures. Like when I first got started, my first deal took me a whole year to close.
Wow.
Yeah, it took me a whole year to close. And I will say that back in the time that I got started, there was no Andy Arietta, there was no Ramon Tukes. Well, Ramon, they were. let me change that. They were around, but they weren't as easily accessible to me as they are now. And I believe that's important. When talking about staying motivated, staying consistent in what we do, you have to align yourself with the right people.
Absolutely.
You have to align yourself with those people that will hold you accountable. And I'm fortunate enough to be connected to people like those guys as well as you, because I look at your marketing
and I'm like, look at you.
I'm like, this guy's doing awesome marketing. I need to keep up with him, at least to do a little bit of what you do, and that's what helps me stay motivated. So what would you tell the folks about some of the things that were challenges for you that helped you stay motivated through them?
Through, and if we're talking about, let's say, social media marketing, and we're talking about real estate, hey, I've lost more deals than I've actually closed, and most of them weren't even it was something out of my control.
Yes.
But I learned from each one of those. We get to the closing table, the guy owes $1.2 million, has a $1.2 million tax lien on his credit, and he cannot get rid of the property until he pays that off, and it belongs to. So it was a mess, but we're ready to close. These are things that will happen no matter what. But something that's helped me stay motivated is, actually, it was crazy. It's about 3 years ago, I was introduced to personal growth and self-development. These self-help books and self-help videos that people make fun of have actually helped me stay the line, have helped me expand. 3 years ago, I would have never thought about doing live videos, being on video, sharing knowledge, sharing the stage with other people, doing presentations or anything of that nature. But I'll tell you, something that's really helped me is I've learned to condition my brain. I've learned to really start thinking a different way. And the way that I want to think is exactly the same way of the people that have what I want, that I want to achieve. I follow whatever they do. So if they're reading books, they're doing audios, they're listening to this or that, that's what I'm going to do, because if that's what's helped them achieve that success, that's what's going to help me by default.
That's right.
So that's one of the things I do, and I still self-teach myself all the time. I rarely listen to music radio, watch TV or Netflix, every once in a while, but I mainly focus on videos, helping me expanding my education. And this right here, the mind, guys, you can be financially fit, you can be physically fit, financially fit, but if you're not mentally fit, it's just a matter of time before you doom.
Wow.
It is what it is.
That is huge stuff. And that was actually my path as well. I always tell the story that I've been an entrepreneur for a little over, I would probably say 15 years.
Okay.
But I really started understanding how to run a business about 4 or 5 years ago. Well, it's about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And that's when I got into really paying attention to the what they call, we talk about self-help, and and it was always something that I referred back to, and I said, wow, this is a real mindset makeover.
Right.
And I actually started doing, a mindset makeover moment. You might catch up some of those.
Okay.
And, it was just sharing some of the information and knowledge that I obtained. So I would definitely agree with you that the mindset and reconditioning your mind to be able to do anything.
Right.
We're talking about real estate primarily, but even in business, in life, when you're talking about being physically fit and financially fit and those things, if you don't have the mindset to be able to maintain those things, it's all, you're like you said, you're doomed.
That's right.
So and we want to delve a little more into that, because I think that's very important. I think a lot of times when people look at getting into business or getting into real estate or getting into something outside of their comfort zone, that's the one thing that they really miss, is having to recondition and having a mindset makeover, and some of the ways that they're going to have to start thinking differently in order to be able to not only obtain success, but be able to maintain success.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Something I heard one of my mentors had told me. He goes, by the time we reach the age of 18, we've heard the word no about 18,000 times. So when you come out of here and step on a leap of faith, and then you hear it again and again, and you're accustomed to hearing no, it's just by nature, come back, curl in, and let's do what society is doing rather than living what it is.
Yes.
But you know what's one thing? What are one of the books, or rather audios? I'm a big audio fan or video fan. One of the ones that's helped me a lot, it's called The Slightest Edge by Jeff Olson. That's one that I could recommend. It has to do with compound and how you do one thing now, one thing later. I mean, the next day, and it starts compounding like a snowball effect until then, because you go to the gym today, you're not going to be buff or lose weight really like that as of today for tomorrow. But you do those little increments and you'll be, it'll change, life transforming. I'd also, I
can't go to the gym and lift weights
for one day.
One day,
no,
and be sore.
No, you might be sore, but it won't. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things, and I want to see what other. If Otis, what's going on, buddy? Yvonne, how are you?
Hello. How you doing?
I know we're on an iPad, so we're kind of squinting to see, which is great.
Yeah.
Guys, if you have any books,
that's why I keep my glasses on so I can see a little bit.
Now that me and Glenn are talking about, a little bit of, how to stay motivated, that personal growth and self-development really takes a big toll. I mean, it really plays a big part. If you guys are watching us right now, like, oh, this Ivana, I can't see really too many people, but we'll catch up and come back in the comments. Drop your favorite book that has helped you achieve some sort of success.
Yes.
A mentor of yours, one of mine is Jim Rohn. I love that guy.
God,
come on,
man.
You got Jim Rohn. You got who's the other one? Les Brown. Right.
Yeah.
And this whole and what they teach is just amazing. And it goes hand in hand with any business, and I'm adopting those principles just like Glenn has in how he has said about when he started his business. And that's why I think we do so well. We're able to talk. I would have never been able to do this if it wasn't for reconditioning the mind, and that's one thing that keeps me motivated. And now is what? To share the wealth, share the knowledge with people? Is that what we're doing?
That's right. Absolutely.
Awesome.
And and so often, like you talk about Jim Rohn and Les Brown, I was introduced to those guys as a result, and I talked about it on another broadcast I was on, as a result of being involved in network marketing.
Me too.
And so many people talk about network marketing, they have their reservations about it, but when I joined network marketing, and it took it seriously. That's the difference.
Okay.
When I joined, I just joined.
Right.
Some of us get a membership at the gym. We just join. We never go.
Wow, that's true.
We're talking about lifting weights. Yeah. You can't get buff by just joining.
Got to put in the work.
Got to put in the work. It's
part of the process.
And that was what I learned. Like for the first 8 months, I got involved in network marketing. I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Well, I did everything. I did everything wrong.
Me too.
I did become a student of the business.
Yes.
I didn't become a student of the business until I start realizing, like, wait a minute, I invested some money.
Right.
I invested a little bit of time. And one thing that made sense to me that somebody said to me was, at least get your investment back.
Right.
If you don't do anything else, get your investment. Work hard enough to get your investment back. And I said, wow, that makes sense.
Right.
Unfortunately, I let a lot of time pass, but in that 9th month, when I started taking it seriously and becoming a student of the business, I really started seeing the fruits of my labor. That's one of the things. That's another thing. we want to get fruits, but we don't want to labor.
We don't want to labor, and in reality, is like you're saying, it has to do with production, guys.
Yes.
You have to produce in order to make something happen. If you don't produce, just like you said, you join a membership, but you don't work out, you don't produce.
That's right.
Then nothing. You know, you join a field like real estate, which is exactly what we're talking about, staying motivated. Awesome. There's different things, and we got a whole in-store. I mean, how long we got? We got about maybe another 30 minutes or so. We got a lot of great information for you guys, and we're really glad you guys are here. I'm thankful that you brought me in.
Man, listen, I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Yeah.
And not only that, guys. Look at this backdrop. I want to make sure you guys see that.
Dude, this is awesome.
This is where this guy lives.
Then everybody, did you tag us with it? No, I'm just kidding. Everybody's welcome. You guys can have a coffee on us. It's not a big deal.
Right.
Okay. So we're fine. Yeah. Awesome.
But
do you want to do some questions as we go?
Yeah, we can actually take some questions if we can. You know, of course, we'll probably have to get up to see them, but that's okay. We'll do that. Hey, Gene, how you doing? Oh, Jean, my bad. Hello, Yvonne.
Let's see.
And
Yvonne, what's going on? Chris, good to see you. James, good stuff, man. I appreciate you. Otis Richard says, on point, Glenn.
Thank you, sir.
You're always on point. You're always on point, man. Haki, how are you? Alan, what's going on? Dennis, Ricky, what's going on? Michael Bosso, keep it up. Absolutely, we got to. Andres, what's going on, guys? Awesome. If you guys have any questions that you'd like to learn, I know this is staying motivated in real estate. Anything else that they can answer, as much as to my knowledge that I can answer, or you?
Yeah, we'll give. Actually, I have my what do they call it on the talk shows? The cue card.
The cue card, yeah.
My cue card.
Too bad my cell phone's not on live, man. Yeah.
Well, again, while we're taking a pause for the calls, just a slight pause, share this with your audience. Share this with your friends, because we want to be able to not only just bring a little bit of knowledge, we want to bring a lot of knowledge to a lot of people.
Yes.
So definitely share this with your Facebook friends or Instagram friends or whomever you're connected to, because we want to be able to share as much knowledge as possible.
Absolutely.
So some of the questions, I think we covered a few of them that I have for you. Well, you talked about one challenge. Let's go a little bit more into some of the other challenges that you've had in real estate investing.
So I've had several challenges, really down, and not just necessarily deals falling through, but with those challenges, you have stress. You're depending on a deal to close to be able to make X amount so that you can do X, that you've already promised that you were going to do. Another challenge, sometimes even me, as conditioned I am, and I've did a video, there's times that I say, man, this is too much. This is crazy. I mean, as conditioned as I am, guys, I'm telling you, it's challenges all around. When it comes to real estate, it's not just about you, it's about a team of people. But if the team is not on board, or they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, there's going to be different things that are not going to set to close on time. Different things of that nature. And a challenge that I've experienced, I mentioned it earlier today. I've had deals fall through, things that were out of my control. We get to the closing table, the guy owes 1.2 million. Then I have another one that I put on the contract, thinking, boom, can't get it out. All right, so I have to cancel. So there's different challenges. Now, also one thing that I dealt with a lot is people, friends and family, telling you, in this case, telling me that it's not going to work because real estate is too risky, or the market is not there, or you're not going to be like one of those people, and that's really making it happen. It's impossible. You're just learning.
I got to ask a question. What are they doing?
They're definitely not doing real estate. They're definitely not doing real estate. So it goes to show, you can't, I can't personally follow someone that it doesn't have the success or has achieved something of what I want. And that's what I can encourage you guys today in whatever. And I'm glad you guys are tuning into the real estate. This is great. Even if you have another business, or you want to launch another business or another endeavor, never take advice from someone that's never been there, or that has never attempted, or even if they did attempt and failed, you still don't want to take really their advice, because you don't know what skill sets they lacked, and therefore they failed. You don't know if their mindset wasn't there and they failed, and they tell, hey, I did that, it didn't work. Well, you know what I mean? So that's something that I can tell you, some challenges and some things that how I've overcome those, just really believing in myself. But it all started almost 3 years ago when I started developing my mind, changing it, reprogramming it from what society used to believe, I used to believe a whole different set of beliefs. Now I believe something completely different.
Right. And I gave a shameless plug about network marketing earlier. And I bring that up again to say, in the book, if you pay attention, I think it's in the Rich Dad Poor Dad book.
I love that book.
Where he talks about...
Man, I love that book.
In order to get started, if you want to learn how to run a business, get started in network marketing.
Absolutely.
He said that. Now, many people say that they got their start in many things in reading the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. But if you go back and read, it definitely talks about getting started in network marketing.
Right.
Now, for whatever business you decide to choose, and I'm not suggesting that you do that. Yes, I am. I'm suggesting that you do that. Let me change that. I am suggesting that. And I say that because that gives you a great platform, a great foundation. You understand, you start to understand what it means to hear the word no.
Right.
Because not a lot of people are tough enough to take no.
Okay.
You start understanding what it means to hear the word no. You start to understand what it means to run a business. You start to understand.
People are scared of the word no.
Yeah.
No. You see, we're not scared.
What happened? Did I die?
Did I die?
My shirt didn't rip or anything.
We had a question, but finish up. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're doing great.
Yeah. So I talk about that because that was where, and we talked about this, I got my knowledge of really what it is to run a business. And then also in another book, T. Harv Eker wrote a book called Speed Wealth. I don't know if you heard of that. A book called Speed Wealth. He talks about being able to learn how to franchise a business. And one of those businesses he talks about is network marketing. Now, and I say those things to say, don't be skeptical about something that you have no knowledge about.
Boom.
Now, this is not about network marketing. Don't get us twisted. We're not talking about just network marketing, but we're talking about how to build a foundation on something solid, how to create a solid foundation so that when you get to the point of doing your own business, whatever it may be, specifically real estate, we're talking about, you don't get to a point where you want to quit. And I think you did a video about that not too long ago.
I did.
Talking about wanting to quit.
And it's tough.
It's tough because we talk about real estate being hard, and it's hard many times to those who haven't really experienced anything.
Right.
And we want to be able, that's what we're sharing here is some of the things that we've experienced, specifically Andy has experienced. I'll share with you some of mine as well. But some of those challenges that we had, I always say, I either win or I learn. Yeah. But I never lose.
That's true.
I win or I learn. Every experience, whether what somebody would consider a failure, is an opportunity to learn.
Absolutely.
When people ask me, how long have you been doing real estate? I tell them, I said, I've been doing it 15 plus years. I learned a lot of ways not to do it.
It's like Thomas Edison, he learned 10,000 ways how it didn't work. Is that 10,000 yet? And then 10,001, he got it.
Yeah.
And
so did you see the question?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw a question. And also I wanted to let you guys know, one thing is you guys never really fail unless you quit. Unless you quit, I'm telling you. Who do you use to skip trades? Chris, I personally use TLO. Even though we're not so, kind of use it for that. I use it in a different way, but I'm able to locate homeowners that way as well that I'm doing business with.
I use Ben Verified.
Ben Verified, okay.
That's BEEN verified.com.
Yep, there you go.
That's a motivational question, I guess.
Going through a question. I saw another question here. Let's see. And everybody, thanks for tuning in. All right, hey guys, I'm in Columbus. So this is from Dennis. Dennis, if you're still there. For newbies interested in getting started, what are the basic things that you need to get started in business/real estate?
That's my buddy Dennis Norton. I'll take that one. Hey Dennis, how you doing, sir? We've actually supposed to have been connecting, for us to come to your town to be able to share this information. So let's definitely talk about doing that. But what I would say, some of the things to get started, I'll let you take that. And what do you think? What are some of the things that you use to get started?
Perfect. So some of the things I use to get started, and it's a great question because I actually just did get started in real estate last year, October. Mm-hmm. So I'm fresh in the game, yet I feel that I've had years of experience under my belt, and a few things that I did when I get started is, one, I plugged in and I stayed close to the campfire. So I found a group of individuals that are making it happen. I'm staying close to Glenn. He told me, hey, can you please be on the show? Yes. I didn't even ask him what it was about. It was 2 hours later. I said, you know, a little bit I'm like, okay, well, about what? And then, and then now this morning I find out what we're talking, which is great. It don't matter because this is true. This is not planned. We didn't write a script.
You always have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Wow, I like that one. I'm gonna tweet that one too. So one of the things, you know, that really for me is find a group of individuals. First, you know, a lot of us are surrounded by people that are either negative or are not going in the same path. And if you're hanging around a group of those people, as much as you want to do something or anything, whether it's real estate, start a business, it's going to be nearly impossible. So one of the first things I did was I started associating myself with a group of like-minded people. In this case, because I wanted to do real estate, I joined an organization that allowed me to be connected to these type of people that are making it happen. All right. So, 2, you want to get yourself educated. Okay. A lot of the times we get nervous or we get scared to do something, but why? It's because we don't know enough. If we know something, we're not as scared because we know. We're only fear, or we get scared of the fear of the unknown.
Right.
That's where that comes from. So my second thing is get educated. So if, let's say, to answer your question, because I know business, real estate that's a loaded question.
It is.
But if we're gonna pertain, let's say, to real estate, what I did. Not only did I join an organization that allows me to be able to stay connected, have the hands-on experience, have, you know, the ability to be able to, I would have never met this guy. Bro, you're a rock star, bro. You, Don, Ramon, Ron Dimmick. I mean, all you superstars that I'm like, yes, you know?
I'm just fortunate to be able to hang out with these guys.
Awesome. So 1, stay close to the campfire. You always want to be collectively in a group of like-minded people. I've actually, believe it or not, and they're seeing it or not, I've eliminated a lot of friendships, a lot of associations, even to some family members that are not on board, not necessarily with real estate, but with my attitude of where I'm going. They just want to bring you down. 2, you want to get educated. So as you're learning and talking, now you want to figure out what it is that you want to do in, let's say, in real estate or business. What specifically do you want to do? Absolutely. Partner up with a mentor, right? Glenn is awesome, and I hope we get to do some work together.
Definitely.
And another thing, educate yourself so that you have more, you build that confidence up. You also, you know, you're not fear of what you don't know. Okay. Once you have that, then you put a plan into action and say, okay, if I want to start wholesaling because maybe, you know, I need some cash flow at the moment, then you figure out a game plan, how to get to that, and you start, you know, of course, then there's different criteria you got to do in order to become a successful wholesaler. Or if you want to do fix and flip because you got great credit and you have some capital, you want to dive in, excellent. You know, so those are some things to get started. Actually, you know what, let's do this. That's to get started for real estate. But even before all that, I can give you all that. It starts right up here in the mind.
That's right.
You want to start getting or retraining your mindset how the successful people think. Not the poor, not the broke, not the people that you see that are not making it happen. And I went to a book club yesterday real quick, and they said, if you're looking at someone that's giving you advice and you clearly say, I would never change shoes or switch bodies to be in your position, you don't need to be taking advice from them.
Absolutely.
If they've never gone that route, you never. So it starts up here, guys, with the mindset. You want to be able to get retrain it. So if you lack confidence in sales or speaking to people, guess what? You guys need to go ahead and get yourself some books or videos about how to teach you how to break the ice with people. Okay, even in real estate, if I'm scared of cold calling, which I used to be, not anymore, how am I going to get that deal, that homeowner to say, yes, I'm willing to sell my house and negotiate? Then you need negotiating skills. And this is not just for real estate.
Right.
These are all things that are not being taught in school. And therefore, I understand exactly what you said about the network marketing, because it's the easiest, cheapest way to get that education. That school doesn't teach us. If I never went through a network marketing company in the past, and we're not going to state names, but if I never did that, I would have never learned how to negotiate, how to prospect, how to come up to people, how to cold call, how to present, how to do video, how to speak. These are qualities that before that I was broke. because I didn't have this. I couldn't get promotions, even though I did fairly well. But it's just I was limited because it all starts with the mind.
That's right.
Then everything I said is what I've been implementing when it comes to real estate. So I know I went on a little bit there. Hopefully somebody got value.
That's great. That's absolutely great. Just touch on a couple things, especially like, what you're talking about, not learning these things in school. We learn social skills, but we don't learn how to stay connected. I mean, we learn social skills just as a result of being around people.
Yeah.
We're social beings. But one thing that taught me how to not just be around people, but to truly connect with them is a book that I read called How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Woo! Yes. Dale Carnegie.
Dale Carnegie.
All day.
I heard that. I read that book. I'm probably on my 4th or 5th time reading that book now.
Yeah.
And I always learn something new.
It's incredible.
Reading that book.
Incredible.
And
happens to me too.
I always say that I tell people, people say, well, why do you read a book more than once?
Right.
Because I'm a different person after I've read it the first time. I've actually learned something that's brought me to a different mindset. So I read it again to grow again, and that book has really changed the way I think about how to communicate with people and how to connect with people. And, a lot of times in business, that's what I think a lot of people miss. Yeah. Everybody said, people talk about being, we're in a customer service or customer-based business.
Check this out, how we have to improvise.
Okay.
Look at the background. This is crazy.
There's
people floating in the background. We're here, giving some values.
Now, wait a minute. Now,
I know.
This is a Wednesday afternoon.
See, they must be doing something that we're not. That's what we're talking about. That's why we do this, so we can do that on a Wednesday.
Do that on a Wednesday afternoon, right?
There's a question from Lavangi, and the question says, what is the best ways, what is the best way to find deals to fix and flip? And part of her question is, okay, where can I find good renovation contractors?
Good stuff.
And I know you really focus on the fix and flip,
right?
And you're pretty much an expert on that. And so, I want to go ahead and question. I think that'll be.
I'll get that one again. This is another one of my old school buddies, Lavangi. I definitely got to get in contact with you. I didn't forget about you, so I'm catching up with everything. But let me make sure I read the question again. What is the best way to find deals to fix and flip, and where can you find good renovation contractors? I'll go with the second question first.
Okay.
Good renovation contractors are almost like unicorns. I'm just joking. Any contractors watching, I'm just joking. There are quite a few, and I've been fortunate to have had the opportunity to deal with some that are pretty good. I would just say, look at your local real estate investors association.
Good.
One of those, that's one of the sources, a lot of primary sources that I've used is the Real Estate Investors Association that I'm a part of here in Georgia, and networking and relationships and things like that. You check. There's different ways to check out what people's work has been, and especially what we do here in Atlanta. We're closely knit. There's a lot of us that know each other. And we know the people that they've dealt with, so we get recommendations from people that have used people in the past. So that's where a lot of the people that we use come from, from referrals. So that would be one way that I would suggest doing that.
It's one that I'm not currently doing fix and flip right now, but one thing that I know that some of my friends that are, what they've done is they'll see a house being renovated on the side, let's say wherever they're driving or where the area they're going to renovate, and they'll go inside the house and see the finishes, talk to the contractor.
Absolutely.
And find out, hey, what other projects are you currently working on, so that I can go see, and if the job and the work is consistent and the price is reasonable based on the budget that you have, then you rock and roll with that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I've done that quite a few times. I've done that quite a few times. Yeah. I've gotten different. A lot of my projects I GC myself.
Okay.
And how you build a good team, you build a good core team, and from that I've been able to get a lot of projects done, and some of them. Where the there was a finisher, there was a framer, there was a painter. So a lot of them, those different parts I put together. Nice. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get some general contractors that way, that they could actually, do the whole project. Awesome. So I would definitely say, in the neighborhoods where, here in Atlanta, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
So, and so that's how we I find some of them, we drive the neighborhoods. But one of the other question, to answer the other question, is about how do you find good fix and flip deals. And LaVengie, I don't know if you're still in Michigan or not, but if you are, I'll answer it to the point of you are being still in Michigan. I've actually been there quite a bit over the last few months, and there are different projects all over, especially in the city of Inkster. If you're still near there anywhere, there's a lot of projects in Inkster that I'm actually looking at investing in that need to be renovated. You know, that would definitely help with bringing the city revenue back in. You know, you get a lot of respect from that. But another way is, you know, that's one way is driving for dollars. You drive the neighborhoods and find out what projects, what houses look a little distressed. Yeah. And you collect that information, you know, get in contact with the owner and either send them a letter or call them. You know, that would be one way. And then, you know, again, go to your local real estate investors association and connect with people there who may have properties for sale or know of someone that does, or social media. You know, we find deals on social media as well.
Or getting connected with a really good wholesaler, even though they're hard to come by. You know, they're really hard.
Don't say that.
No, they're really hard to come by. But
you're talking about good wholesalers.
Good.
There's a lot of wholesalers.
Yeah, good wholesalers. But yeah, that's also a loaded question. But another thing is too, you know, depending on the area, look, you know, depending on if you're using hard money or not, and depending on how the monthly payment is. I mean, look on days on market, but you got to work with a realtor.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Some of the deals I find, I still work with realtors. My wife's a realtor, and I actually had the awesome opportunity to be in a group of realtors yesterday with Keller Williams.
How did that go?
Man, it was awesome. Shout out to Monica Johnston, and thanks for the opportunity again. But yeah, I mean, we were there, and you know, just to know that. A lot of people don't know how to work with a realtor. A lot of investors don't know how to work with a realtor. Okay. And then the other side of that, a lot of realtors don't know how to work with investors.
Very true. I've seen that.
That's usually the issue on the front end.
I've seen that.
But you know what you do is you communicate with one another what your haves and wants are. You know what you need. Most times agents, they want to close deals just like investors want to close deals. And what you have to do is understand what type of relationship you can build. You know, if you're okay with accepting the type of offers that investors make, because usually they're what people call lowball offers. That's not always, I don't consider them lowball. We just have a formula that we go by that fits what our buying criteria is.
Right.
And if you're okay with sticking to that formula, then we can do business.
Absolutely.
If not, then we're probably not going to be able to do business.
Not going to do it. Absolutely. You know? Oh yeah.
But it's okay. I think a lot of times what's missing in building that type of relationship is educating one another on what you have and what you want or what your needs are. So I've worked with agents in the past that I've just had to let them know, listen, this is how, as an investor, this is what I do. This is what I'm capable of doing. Are you willing to fit the mold that I'm looking for?
Right.
You know, so that's another source that I would definitely say that you can find. You know, because realtors, they're in the business of making money.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. I thank you guys for sharing this. I know it's a bunch of you guys sharing. King, how are you? What's going on? We're looking through the questions. Melanie, thanks for sharing. Hey, Tondrick, how are you? Cynthia, what's up? Just trying to look for more. If you guys have any other questions that we can help you out. For now, we're talking about staying motivated during real estate. I shared earlier, for those just tuning in, I shared earlier, some challenges that I personally had, and I'm fairly new, but my learning curve has accelerated really fast because of certain things that I've done. I know we mentioned it earlier, staying close to the campfire, mentorship, educate yourself, and instead of listening to that music or seeing that 2-3 hour long movie, invest yourself, invest that time. So think about it. If you're not going to school right now, your school is learning whatever it is that you want to learn, whatever it is that you want to go for. So if you want to do real estate, what I do in my mind, my school, I dedicate myself 1 or 2 hours a day, morning and afternoon, or maybe sometimes more. I said, this is my school. It's like if I had to go to school, I have to show up. However, there was times that I hated going to school because I had to go to history class, and to this day, I don't remember when I had to actually remember the 23rd president or the 24th president. You know what I mean?
Don't ask me who that is.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. So, yeah, so just the different things. I'm glad, man, that we're doing this. A lot of people, follow you. I got some people that follow me, and hopefully, we can they can refollow us, because you throw a lot of value out there. Yeah. A lot of you host a lot of seminars that I try to get to most of them, and I really wanted to go to the one yesterday, but I kind of thought it might have been just exclusive to that team's realtors.
I think it may have been. Well, there were a few extra people that came out. Yeah.
Man, I should have got. Us Latino people always get in no matter what. Yeah. We always in there. Back row. Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, to go into some of the events that we have, we'll do a quick plug on that.
Cool.
First, I want to go back and say again, shout out to Keto Johnson for the Generational Wealth Summit that we were a part of this past weekend in Roswell, Georgia. I mean, it was a phenomenal event. Phenomenal event. I wish we could do it biannually. Is it biannually? Bi-yearly?
Bi-yearly? Yeah, two times a year.
2 times a year.
Oh my God.
But there's actually I'm sure there's going to be another one coming. It's an annual thing that he's going to be doing. So shout out to Keto for an awesome event, the Generational Wealth Summit. I personally host an event called RealLife Real Estate Investing.
That's right.
And that's
Shark Tank?
Yeah, that's what we're doing this weekend.
I love that. I'm there for sure. I'm there, the Shark Tank.
Yeah, we're doing Shark Tank style real estate investing this coming Saturday. For those of you there in a local area, if you're not, if you don't mind traveling, come join us this Saturday. We're going to be at the Coconut Grill in Norcross, Georgia. That's 4181 Steve Reynolds Boulevard. And what we're doing as it relates to real estate investing, we're doing Shark Tank style real estate investing, where wholesalers get to present their deals to a panel of investors that are going to make offers right on the spot. And last time we had a deal that was, we had a closing attorney there, and he's got all the paperwork and everything together. So we're looking to do the same thing this coming Saturday. And we had it last month.
That was a phenomenal experience.
It was great.
It was like, what the heck?
And so many people said, you should do this more often. I said, well, I don't know. I don't want to wear it out, but we'll, it's backed by popular demand. So we're definitely going to do it again this coming Saturday. And that event, that Real Life Real Estate Investing event that we host, is every second Saturday of the month. So stay tuned into that to get more information about that and and stay connected with that. You can text Real Life Real Estate. That's Real Life Real Estate to the number 55469. Real Life Real Estate is all one word, and you can text 55469. Text that to that number. Another event I want to talk about, I'll give a plug to my partners. Ramon Tukes hosted an event actually tomorrow.
Yeah.
Every Thursday is Deal Makers, and that's at Johnny M's Bistro in Atlanta. So check that out, where deals happen.
Yeah. What did you say? That's another way of staying motivated?
Absolutely.
Attending all these trainings, meetups, networking events, meet up and mingle and greet and meet.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be?
Yes, absolutely. And that's why I talk about these things. I mean, as many of these things as possible, I'm there, and then, so Deal Makers is every Thursday, and then we're going to be, myself and Mr. Otis Richardson are going to be speaking at House Jerk tomorrow.
Yes, that'd be awesome. I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So we have an opportunity to hang out with Don Jacobs and, you guys. So we'll
Don
be there
a rock star too.
Tomorrow evening at he definitely is. He's actually supposed to be on with me today. He's in Huntsville. So.
He's somewhere up north. I saw him. Yeah.
So we'll be at House Jerk tomorrow evening, and that's where's the location? Is it still at the Westin?
Westin.
Yeah.
Westin 7 Concourse. Right here by the King and Queen building.
Okay. So definitely check that out tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, right?
7:30, but we'll say 7:15 because they start prompt. So you want to be there before, get good seating. It's big. It's a lot of people.
So we'll be there. And,
Angela.
And then we have Keto hosts a meeting every second Tuesday, and that's we'll Buy and Sell Inc. And then my partners Will and Tim Harvey host an event called REI Wholesalers or Us.
Okay.
And that's going to be at the end of the month. So definitely stay connected with myself or Andy or any of these guys that you're familiar with. Definitely stay connected so you can get information about those events, those things that are coming up. And, those are the things I would have to say that, again, help me stay motivated, just like you just talked about. Going to these different events and seeing the different things that are going on. If I didn't shout your event out, forgive me, but feel free to put it in the comments.
Absolutely.
But going to these different events. Oh, I want to say Sip and Flip with Ron Dimmock. Can't forget him. Sip and Flip, I think that happens once a month on Wednesday. I can't remember the exact date.
Tuesday, yeah. We'll get the information and put it on the comments.
We'll definitely make sure we get that on.
Awesome.
But there's a lot of different events and things that go on in Atlanta, and we're fortunate to be able to have those outlets. And it's, people say, well, there's always a meeting about real estate somewhere. I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
Even with having the experience that I have, I still attend as many meetings as possible.
Absolutely.
Because as our big brother Don Jacob says, meetings make you money.
Meetings make you money. I'm telling you, because it happens to me all the time that everyone, even if it's the same, let's say twice a month, 3 times a month, once a week, even though it's basically the same type of either setup, that you're always going to learn something, you're always going to meet someone.
Absolutely.
And all it takes, it's like, if God puts one idea and really realizes it, and that's the $1 million idea, you blow up and you have to go through 1,000 ideas, but that one idea, that you went to a meetup and it enlightened you, like, holy cow, that was the piece of the puzzle that I was missing.
Absolutely.
It lights a fire, and that's what you take off and you blow up. That's when, those are the type of things you need. But if you're at home, you're not associating with the same community, it's going to be impossible to excel, because teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
And team,
it's more than just a cliche.
More than cliche. Together everyone achieves more. Together everyone achieves more.
That's right.
And I learned so much from you, man. It's just crazy, and I know we're gonna do a fix and flip soon. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that we're gonna do it soon.
And I gotta use the word again that Keto coined again on Saturday when he was talking about synergy.
Okay.
When you align yourself, most people don't understand the relationships that you build in any business. I would say,
right.
But we're primarily talking about real estate investing. It's phenomenal to be able to stay connected. So, and staying on the topic of staying motivated, there's times that a lot of us experience things in this business that don't always line up with what we hope to be.
Correct.
And it's good to have someone that you can reach out to and say, well, what are your thoughts on this? Or how should I do this?
Yeah. I did that with you the other day from a house in Alabama.
Absolutely. And actually I got some information on that too. We're going to talk about that as well.
Okay, awesome.
So it's always good to have a connection, an outlet.
Always.
When you might miss the beat. You might get off the path of what you're supposed to be doing, and it's good to have someone to reach out to hold you accountable and keep you aligned with what you're doing. And sometimes people think that a mentor is someone that you just personally hang out with. And that's not always the case.
That's not always the case.
We talk about Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn's a mentor.
He's my virtual mentor.
Right. He's been dead how long? He's still a mentor of mine.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You got Les Brown, especially, you look at these guys, Tony Robbins.
Oh, yes.
These are all mentors.
I got my ticket. I got me and Jackie got our tickets for
really?
the one he's coming here with Gary V.
Gary V, yeah. These guys,
see?
And then you have Eric Thomas. These guys
he's
are
awesome,
absolutely.
Man. He's awesome.
These are mentors.
Yeah.
I think I met Eric Thomas once, and Tony Robbins, I met him once. But a lot of these folks you don't really meet all the time.
No.
You're a mentor.
Yeah.
You're a marketing mentor.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man.
This guy, he just at the drop of a hat, he does a video.
Engagement.
It's fulfilling. It's not just. You're not just doing something just to be doing it. The information that you share
I appreciate
is definitely something that I could use. So I know for somebody who doesn't have the knowledge and experience that we have, it definitely makes sense for them to pay attention.
Absolutely.
Definitely pay attention to Andy Arietta, because if nothing else, he's going to make you get your marketing game up.
Oh man, yeah. I didn't just learn that by coincidence. I trained myself and I bought courses. Mm-hmm. I attended live events. I've paid dues, and I still have so much to learn. It's just incredible.
Yes.
But like anything that you want to do, you want to consistently, you want to be the expert. I heard this in one of these motivational videos that I listen to almost every day in YouTube by Matus and all these other ones. Mm-hmm. And they said, if you're able to study for 1 hour a day for 5 years, you become the expert in that field.
Yes.
1 hour a day. Yes. For 5 years straight, you become the expert. What if you upped it 2 hours a day? You can do it in half the time. What if you do it 3 times a day? Now, let me ask you this. If you guys go to school, or when you went to school, or if you're going to think about going to school, the time that it takes for you to go to school is usually about 3, 4, 5 hours, or maybe even almost a whole day. It's like a job.
Yeah.
if you had all that and you're able to study all that, but I know some of us work and have to do all that, I get it, but if you just dedicate 2-3 hours a day, an hour here, or even on my commute, when I'm driving, I drive a lot from Cumberland to Lawrenceville, then back to Atlanta. I'm popping either a motivational video, I'm popping an audio book or something. That's something that helps me stay motivated as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Yesterday, I was talking about, I went to a book club called Define. Man, gangster.
Yeah.
It's bunch of entrepreneurs, all different types of walks of life. They're young, young. They have that fire, and I needed that because they said, come on, man, it was 11:30 that I left at night. And, and when we say book club, we're not talking about we read together. We analyze a specific book. Yesterday's was Relentless. They've been doing it already for quite a few weeks.
Wow. I hosted a book club a while back.
Man, and when I tell you, when you're talking about, staying close to the campfire, going to these events, especially like in real estate, even though the book club has nothing to do with real estate, it has everything to do with personal growth and self-development.
This is true.
The training, yesterday I was so fired up that I'm ready to already think about another side business to do because somebody inspired me that if they can do it, heck, I can do it too.
Absolutely.
And I'm seeing it. And staying close, Later today I got Bible study with some of those group people, and then it's crazy. It's just being connected to the right people. And for right now, you can tell your family and friends that are not on board with your success, you tell them, hey, look, I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
I'm on, I've told my family, I've told my friends, look, I can't chill right now because I'm on path to do this. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to do that stuff. I know I've done it. Have you come all the time?
Absolutely. It's so necessary. I mean, I find, and we've said this before, you're most like the people you spend the most time with. The 5 people you spend the most time with are the people that you're going to be like.
Pretty much.
You have to be intentional in choosing those people. Sometimes we look at, okay, this is my cousin. We're cool. We can hang out. But if your cousin is not on the path that you're wanting to be on, then you're doing him a disservice and yourself a disservice. Yeah. And that's how I look at it. I got cousins I used to hang out with, still love them dearly. Yeah. But there was just something different that I wanted to do in my life.
Right.
Nothing, not that it makes me better or any way.
Oh, no.
I just wanted to look at the possibility.
Yes.
If somebody else could do it, it could be possible that I could do it. Yeah. Why not give myself a chance and try?
It's crazy. I heard a story.
If I failed, I could always go back and do what I was doing before.
Yeah. If I failed, I could always go back and get a job.
Right.
Yesterday I heard a very powerful story, and this kind of ties into what we're talking about, the mindset, and how sometimes we have to let go of naysayers. And I know, Jeff, what's up, buddy? We got Dennis, what's going on? And, something, I heard a story yesterday at the book club real quick. The guy was saying that he gets out of high school, going through college, and tells his parents all of a sudden, hey, Mom, I don't want to pursue this field anymore. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go into motivational speaking. He said it yesterday that 100% of the 100 people that he told that to told him, you're wild, you're crazy, and they roasted him.
Wow.
And he continued to pop these videos, and his own family was telling his own friends, boy, look, did you see the video? Come on, man, what is that? Long to behold, he didn't know that other people, remember, your family and friends are only a handful. Yeah. There's millions and billions of people that you can relate to, they can relate to your situation, and they started following him. Now he's doing, after 2 years, he's doing motivational speaking for corporations, for churches, for schools, getting paid. And he said it yesterday with all, that confidence. He's like, if I would have listened to my family and friends, or I would have let them tell me that I can't do it, and I would have said, you know what, you're right, I can't do it. He said yesterday, I would have never been able to make a living off public speaking, and it's my passion now, helping people, motivating people. All because he decided to tell his friends. So they asked him, yesterday asked him, so have your parents come and see you? He's like, heck yeah, and they love it. They will always cheer you on at the end, but they will always try to bring you down at the beginning.
Yeah.
So you guys got to remember that always.
Well, that's Les Brown's story.
Oh, there you go.
They labeled him educably retarded, and he always thought that he didn't have the education to go and speak to corporations. But I don't know that there's anybody that doesn't know who Les Brown is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he stepped out on faith. So we got a few more minutes. I want to look and see if we have any more questions so we can wrap up.
Sure.
And let's see. We got. Marquette, give me a call. I'm looking for a Decatur. Okay, all right. East Atlanta deal. Sure will.
Kirk, what's going on?
What's going on?
We appreciate everybody that's sharing the post. You know, we're talking a little bit more about mindset. You know, while Glenn goes through the questions, we're talking a little bit more about mindset, how to stay motivated. And in this particular case with real estate, but a lot of the stuff we spoke earlier through this video. So if you guys haven't tuned in the whole video, see it. A lot of value. You'll see some funny stuff going on there through the background. Yeah. But in all truth, you know, we all go through hardships. We all go through situations where we just want to quit. We literally want to quit.
Yeah.
And one of the main reasons, you know, I did a video today, and one of the main things that I said I can't quit is because I cannot let my haters win. I cannot. You're always going to have people rooting for your downfall, whether they tell you in your face or not. Now, how embarrassing or how bad would that be if I were to quit along the journey when I'm right there, or you know, I'm going and it's just the tough gets, you know, it gets going, the tough gets going, or the going gets tough. The going gets tough.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. And you guys shouldn't either.
There's a book called 3 Feet from Gold. And
3 Feet from Gold.
Yeah, 3 Feet from Gold. I can't remember the author's name, but it's in reference. A lot of it's in reference to the Think and Grow Rich.
Very nice
book. You know, it's part of the Napoleon Hill Foundation.
Awesome.
And it was written by Sharon Lecter, who actually
forwarded with Rich Dad. Kiyosaki.
Yes, and I forgot the other gentleman's name, but the book is 3 Feet from Gold, and it talks about, you know, people. The main storyline is about a gentleman who had a farm, and he was farming for gold, and he couldn't find it, so he sold the farm, and the guy that he bought it from went and got some equipment and dug up the gold, and he became rich.
Wow.
And the other guy gave up.
Wow.
You know, and he was just 3 feet from finding the goal. You know, it's another story, acres of diamonds. So it's many different things that people may not know about when they're getting challenged and they're facing those challenges and they get stuck on something. Just realize if you continue to be consistent and continue to work at it, you could be 3 feet from goal.
Yeah. See, the laws of the universe are crazy, guys, because whenever you put an action out there, and it goes back to that book I was talking about, The Slightest Edge with Jeff Olson. Guys, look at that book because it talks about the compound effect.
Absolutely.
And by you doing this today, you doing this tomorrow, the same thing, and giving it, you may not see the fruit right now, but by the laws of the universe, by default, I'm telling you, it's supposed to. It is what it is. There's no... Will it? No, it will. It's supposed to.
Absolutely.
That's why you got to keep doing it. It's like the penny in 30 days, or you take $1 million today.
Yes.
And you know, at first I'm like, it's probably a trick question. Let me get my calculator. And I couldn't even do it in the calculator because so many numbers that the penny doubles every day for 31 days. It was like, I don't even know how many millions more than just 1 million.
Yeah.
But people want the instant gratification now. And let me tell you, as much as I would like, you know, to feel right now, I know that that's not the way.
Right.
So we got to put work into the process.
That's right.
Do you agree?
That's right. Absolutely. You know, they say, what's up, dude?
What's up, brother? Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Good stuff.
We got other people here because we are in a public place. This is not scripted. We just have fun with it. This is great, brother. This is definitely awesome.
I want to thank you for doing this, man. And you know, that's what this is about. We want to be able to reach out to people and continuously share knowledge. So tune in every Wednesday at noon. We're going to have some more phenomenal people such as Andy, you know, people like Andy, and to be able to share some of the good, bad, and the better ways of doing real estate. And that's what real life real estate and real life real estate investing is all about. We talk about the good. Yeah. Everybody wants to hear about the good. We talk about the bad. The bad, although we don't like it, it's necessary. And from both of those, the good and the bad, we understand that there is a better way. And the better way is just to stay consistent. You know, even though you run into those hiccups at times, stay consistent, continue to do your driving for dollars, continue to do your direct mail, continue to do your bandit signs, continue to do your phone calls, continue to do, you know, all the things that are necessary to become successful with this business. Yeah. Even though along the way you're going to get hit upside the head a few times.
Yeah. And something I can say, you know, even before my previous job, you know, I took a leap of faith, and it was a cold calling job for tax and accounting software. And I remember I was scared. I was so scared, but I'm like, okay, I gotta take the challenge on. But I was so scared because it had to do with cold calling. I didn't realize that me being there for those 2 years of them prepping me up on cold calling had something to do for my own business. That now I got a cold call, in this case for real estate, homeowners. I got a cold call hey Glenn, you know, which I was scared to do it before,
right.
but you know, because I didn't know. But that's another thing, you got to get educated. You got to educate yourself so that you build more confidence, and when you're more confident, then you're less scared of the fear of the unknown.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So,
all right, we're gonna wrap there. Again, I want to shout out the event that we're having this coming Saturday at Coconut Grill, Real Life Real Estate Investing. We're going to be hosting Shark Tank event, Shark Tank style real estate investing. So do the best you can to get connected there. And again, to get information about that, you can text Real Life Real Estate to 55469, get on the list, and we'll make sure you get that communication. How can they get in contact with you, Andy?
With me, guys, I'm going to go ahead and drop my Facebook there as well. If you guys have any questions when it comes to social media marketing, primarily Facebook is what I focus. Starting to do some things on Instagram, but not just yet. You guys can connect me, or just Andy Arietta. I'll put it in the comments. Another thing, you know, that if you guys have questions or you're coming on the tail end, go back and look at this video. It's a lot of funny stuff, a lot of value, a lot of cool stuff that we've collaborated on that can potentially help you. Maybe it's just that one aha moment, like, oh snap, that's what I needed to hear. Okay, we're talking about that. Also, if you have any questions, we're gonna go back and review the questions in the comments, and we'll get, you know, we're gonna answer them as quickly as possible. Hopefully we get new partnerships from this. Hopefully we get new wholesale deals. Hopefully we get new contacts that we can both feed off. And if you know, if you guys are there that are from my following, my friends on Facebook, people that trust me, go ahead and follow Glenn Glasper if you're interested in learning more about real estate as well. You know, I'm learning from him as well, and just to kind of stay connected, because that's one of the key things, is to stay connected, stay close to the campfire. I know Don Jacobs always says that. I love that guy. And my man, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. You guys, if you're having a situation, you want to be able to pick up the phone and call someone that can put you back on, and you're rocking and rolling, you know.
And you can reach me at my email address is jabrebuysHouses@gmail.com. That's JABRE buyshouses@gmail.com. I'll be glad to, you know, help you out any way I can.
Yeah.
All right.
And my email, if you guys want to have it, is Mr.MR@MrAndyBuysHouses.com. But either way, you know,
all right.
This has been awesome.
Yes,
it's been real good scenery. Probably gonna have a coffee now.
Absolutely. Yeah. So stay tuned, guys. Next week, we don't know who our guest is going to be yet, but it's definitely going to be somebody phenomenal. I believe we're going to have Don Jacobs on next week.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If we can get him to sit still for a
minute,
real, he's all over the place. But so stay tuned and stay connected, and hope you got value out of this. And we look forward to working with you guys soon.
Awesome. Thanks. And thank you for those that are shared the video. Continue to share it. It's a lot of value. By sharing it, by default, you start looking like an expert or the go-to person for really good videos, really good stuff. That's another little secret that I'll tell you guys about the marketing tip. You'll start getting a more engagement and more following when you share valuable content.
That's right.
Not ghetto, valuable content. People will start coming to your page to look for the valuable content as well.
Right.
So I see you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for having me, Rockstar. I'm saying let's go jump in the river or something.
Hello family, thank you for checking out the Real Life Real Estate Investing YouTube channel. It is our ultimate goal to bring you real life real estate situations as well as real life real estate solutions. So don't forget to click here to subscribe to the channel so we can keep you up to date on the things that are happening with real life real estate investing. And we can also keep you up to date on our new shows that are coming out on a weekly basis. Then click here to check out some of our previous videos and insider secrets as well as tips and ideas about how to survive in the real world of real estate investing. And don't forget to check out the links in the description below to find out how we can work together and how I can help you create a successful real estate investing business. Thanks again for watching. We look forward to seeing you real soon.